Life has a way of testing us, constantly pushing us to control every little detail, the outcomes, the timing, and how people respond. The more we try to force things, the more frustrated and exhausted we become. We plan every step, believing that if we just try harder, push more, and never let go, things will finally fall into place. But what if the secret to success isn't found in constant hustle, but in release? What if by letting go and trusting the universe, you actually unlock the natural flow of everything you desire? Today, we're going to explore the art of surrender and why everything you've been chasing may already be on its way. And if this message speaks to you, take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs it today, and let me know in the comments what part resonates with you the most. Lesson 1. The universe responds to your vibration, not your desperation. In Buddhist wisdom, the universe is not seen as a random force. It responds directly to the energy we emit. This energy is what we call our vibration, and it is constantly sending signals to the world around us. Think of your vibration as the frequency you operate on. Your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs all create a kind of energetic output. When you vibrate with calmness, trust, and positivity, you send out a message of abundance and peace. And the universe responds by aligning your reality with those same energies, bringing more of what you are projecting into your life. But when we become desperate, anxious, and constantly chase what we think we need, our vibration shifts. In those moments of desperation, we are no longer aligned with the natural flow of life. Instead, we are sending a signal of lack. Desperation may feel powerful, but it often works against us. When you try to force things to happen, you are sending out an energy of need rather than abundance. And the universe does not respond to your need. It responds to the energy behind it. If the energy is scarcity, it simply reflects that feeling back to you. However, something powerful happens when you take a step back, when you calm your mind, realign your energy, and trust that what you desire will arrive at the right time. Your vibration begins to change. It shifts from lack to trust, from anxiety to abundance. In that alignment, the universe begins to respond differently. Opportunities appear, connections form, signs begin to guide you toward what you seek. But when you push too hard and try to force every step, you actually block the natural flow of life. You may think doing more will bring you closer to your goals, but often it only attracts frustration, stress, and doubt. The harder you chase, the more resistance you create. Remember this simple truth. The universe responds to your vibration, not your desperation. When you stop chasing and begin to move with calm confidence and trust, life starts meeting you halfway. Align your energy with what you truly desire. Release the need to control every outcome. And trust that what is meant for you is already on its way. Lesson 2. You only block what you try to control. One of the deepest teachings in Buddhism is simple. The more you try to control life, the more you block its flow. We all want control. We plan, predict, and try to make everything go exactly our way. But the tighter you hold on, the more resistance you create. Think of holding sand in your hand. The harder you squeeze, the faster it slips through your fingers. Life works the same way. When you try to control every outcome, every moment, every step, your mind becomes tense, closed, heavy. And when your energy closes, nothing new can enter. But the moment you loosen your grip, something changes. Surrender doesn't mean giving up. It means acting with intention, without forcing the result. You do your part, and you trust life to do the rest. Because the truth is simple. The more you try to control, the more you block. But when you let go, you create space for life to move, for opportunities to appear, for solutions to unfold, for the universe to work in ways you never expected. Lesson 3. Silence speaks louder than noise. In today's fast-paced world, we are constantly surrounded by noise. Phones buzzing, endless notifications, and a constant stream of thoughts running through our minds. It feels like we are always thinking, always reacting, always doing something. But in Buddhist wisdom, there is a simple yet powerful truth. Clarity is born in silence. Silence is not just the absence of sound. It is the space where true insight arises. When the mind becomes quiet, something shifts. You begin to hear what was always there beneath the noise. Think of a still lake. When the water is calm, you can clearly see everything below the surface. But when it is disturbed by waves, nothing is visible. Our mind works the same way. When it is filled with anxiety, distraction, and overthinking, clarity disappears. But when we create silence within ourselves, answers begin to surface naturally. Silence is also powerful in the outer world. In a world where everyone is trying to speak louder, react faster, and be heard, choosing silence becomes strength. Because silence protects your peace. It shows that you are not controlled by chaos around you. Sometimes, the most powerful response is no response at all. The universe rarely speaks loudly. It speaks in whispers, through subtle signs, through quiet intuition, through gentle direction. But when your mind is full of noise, worry, and constant thinking, you miss those whispers. Silence creates space. Space for clarity, space for awareness, space for inner peace. And in that space, life begins to guide you naturally. When you embrace silence, you don't disconnect from life. You align with it more deeply. Because in silence, you finally hear yourself again. And that is where real wisdom begins. Silence speaks louder than noise. Lesson 4. The art of trusting timing. In a world that thrives on instant gratification, waiting can feel like a challenge. We want things now. Success now. Love now. Happiness now. We want everything to unfold immediately. But Buddhist wisdom teaches something deeper, the art of trusting timing, a principle that can completely transform the way we experience life. The universe does not follow our schedule. It does not move according to our timelines. It moves in its own rhythm, a divine timing that is perfectly aligned with our growth and journey. Just because something is not happening right now doesn't mean it will never happen. In fact, what you are waiting for may still be unfolding behind the scenes, preparing to arrive at the right moment. When you trust timing, you release the pressure to force outcomes. You let go of anxiety. You let go of impatience. And you begin to trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should, even if you cannot see it yet. Because the truth is, the universe may be preparing something far greater than what you are currently expecting. Trusting timing does not mean doing nothing. It means doing your part, while staying detached from the result. It means staying present and allowing life to unfold naturally. Look at nature. A flower does not bloom early because it is forced. It blooms when the time is right. And we are no different. When we force things, we create stress and resistance. But when we trust timing, we align with life's natural rhythm. Even delays are not obstacles. They are preparation. They are growth. They are quiet transformation. In these waiting periods, the universe is often shaping you, preparing you for what you are asking for. And here is the powerful truth.
Patience is not passive. It is faith in motion. When you trust divine timing, you stop rushing life. You stop forcing doors open. And you begin to feel something deeper, peace. Because you know that what is meant for you is already on its way. And when the time is right, it will arrive without struggle. Trust timing. Stay present. And allow life to surprise you.
Lesson 5. You attract what you believe you deserve. One of the deepest teachings in Buddhism is simple. Our inner beliefs shape the reality we experience. This aligns with the law of attraction. We draw into our lives what we believe we are worthy of. The universe doesn't only respond to your desires, it responds to your vibration and your sense of self-worth. When you believe you deserve peace, success, and happiness, life begins to reflect that belief. Not as arrogance, but as quiet inner confidence. And the moment you recognize that worth, things begin to shift. You naturally align with opportunities, people, and situations that match that belief. But when you feel undeserving, you unconsciously limit what you allow into your life. The universe simply mirrors that inner belief. When your inner voice says, "I am not enough," you begin to block what is meant for you. But when you change your belief, you change your reality. When you see yourself as worthy of love, success, and peace, you move from resistance into alignment. And in that alignment, life starts to flow again. You attract what you believe you deserve, because belief is the signal you send out, and life always responds to that signal. This is not about forcing anything. It's about releasing self-doubt and allowing yourself to move forward with quiet confidence. When you believe you are deserving, you naturally take inspired action. And slowly, everything begins to shift in your favor. Doors open, opportunities appear, and what felt distant starts coming closer. Because life reflects what you believe you are worthy of. And when that belief changes, everything changes with it. Lesson 6. Calmness is a manifestation in itself. In a world that constantly pushes us to do more, move faster, and hustle harder, this idea can feel almost counterintuitive. We are conditioned to believe that success, love, and abundance only come through constant effort and struggle, always chasing, always striving, always doing. But what if the real secret to manifesting what you want is not more effort, but more calm? Calmness is not the absence of action. It is the presence of clarity, focus, and inner peace. When you are calm, you naturally align with your highest self. You listen to intuition instead of fear. You move with awareness instead of pressure. And in that state, you become more connected to the flow of life. In Buddhist wisdom, everything is energy, interconnected and constantly moving. Like a still lake reflecting the sky, when you are calm, your energy becomes clear and undistorted. But when you are anxious, rushed, or desperate, you create resistance. It feels like swimming against a strong current, using all your energy just to stay in place. Calmness is the opposite of resistance. It is letting go of struggle and allowing life to move through you. And in that stillness, manifestation becomes natural because you are no longer forcing outcomes, you are allowing them. Calmness is not passive, it is powerful alignment. It allows you to make clearer decisions, take focused action, and move with purpose, without being clouded by doubt or impatience. And when you release attachment to outcomes, something shifts. You stop pressuring life to deliver on your timeline, and you start trusting that everything is unfolding as it should. In that trust, you become a magnet for what is meant for you. Because calmness is not just a feeling, it is a frequency. And that frequency aligns you with flow, timing, and abundance.
When you are calm, you don't just attract what you want, you become the kind of person who can receive it. Calmness is your superpower. And in that stillness, everything begins to find you.
Lesson 7. When you let go, you make space for miracles. In our fast-paced, goal-driven world, we are often taught that we must fight for what we want. Chase harder, push more, work until exhaustion. We believe that the more effort we put in, the more we will achieve. But what if the real key to your deepest desires is not in pushing harder, but in letting go? In Buddhism, attachment is seen as one of the main causes of suffering. When we cling too tightly to outcomes, people, or expectations, we create resistance. And that resistance blocks the natural flow of life. We become so focused on how and when things should happen that we miss what is already unfolding in the background. But the moment you choose to let go, something powerful happens. You stop forcing life to go your way, and you create space for miracles. Letting go doesn't mean giving up on your dreams. It means releasing the need to control how they arrive. You begin to trust that life may have a wiser plan, one greater than anything you can imagine. When you stop obsessing over outcomes, you return to the present moment. And in that presence, life begins to unfold naturally. Letting go is like planting a seed. You don't control how it grows or when it blooms. You simply trust the process and allow nature to do its work. The same is true for your life. And when you release control, you also release fear. Fear of loss, fear of uncertainty, fear of not having enough. And in that openness, you begin to receive more freely. Because miracles don't enter a closed hand, they enter an open one. Letting go is not passive. It is a conscious act of trust, a decision to believe that the universe is working for you, even when you cannot see it yet. And when you trust like that, you create space for unexpected blessings, opportunities, people, and moments you never saw coming. Because the truth is simple. When you let go, you don't lose control. You gain alignment. And in that alignment, life begins to move in your favor. So breathe, release, and allow space for miracles to arrive. Conclusion. In the end, life is not about forcing every outcome or controlling every step. It is about learning to trust, to release, and to flow with what is already unfolding. When you let go of fear, resistance, and attachment, you make space for clarity, peace, and unexpected blessings. Everything you are seeking begins to move toward you, not through force, but through alignment. So trust the timing, stay calm in the process, and allow life to meet you where you are. And remember, what is truly meant for you will never be lost. Even in moments of delay or uncertainty, life is quietly working in your favor. Sometimes the greatest shifts happen when you stop trying to control everything and simply allow life to take its course. Trust that the universe is always guiding you toward what is right for you.
Subscribe and awaken your mind with Wisdom Kingdom.